Tim is asking, great question, Tim. If you're using multi-store gift, does the gift card sold deduct from the store that it was purchased from? So I think what he's looking at is if store A sells the gift card, but it's actually redeemed at store B, does the sales information get deducted from store B? It's not going to deduct sales information. This is a cash transfer that you're going to need to do. And the cloud does not do the cash transfer for you. It does set up so you can import a file to your ACH system with your bank. So in our case, it's formatted for Wells Fargo, but we found this is actually the same formatting used for Bank of America, and for it seems to be a standardized formatting. And they just import that into their ACH system they're already using with their bank, and that transfers the funds back and forth. It's actually really cool. But this is for above store reconciliation.
I brought up the MASA program on my phone, so now I'm showing Android, iPad, and iPhone all at the same time. And all these are on the same database.
And then I have somebody asking, MASA QR code for ordering at the table. Does it identify the table number? Yes. In fact, if you go to the MASA online section, you go in fact, you can actually do this from the Express as well. It's easier to do from the Express. Once you have MASA online set up and turned on, go into the Aldelo Express, go to setup, go to your table setup there, and you'll have a button to print those out right there, and it'll just print them all out for you. It's really simple. And then it's just a matter of displaying them at the table, and it does identify that specific table when you do it. Straight to the point. Yeah. Carlos has a fantastic question here. He says he has a client that is a cash only and uses Aldelo Pro. He's not sure how to sell them on this. Carlos, one of the first things I'm going to tell you, I actually live in a very small town. I have a couple of businesses that I frequent that were cash only, and Corona has definitely changed their business for a couple of reasons. One, there's a change shortage. I'm sure you've heard of this out there. My local little business actually even had to go to a point where they couldn't give pennies out because they didn't have them. They lost customers because of that, and they had to start taking credit cards. The other thing is that I'm sure you're aware, the CDC really wants people to be contactless as much as possible. This means if you can do credit card payments, that is considered a form of contactless payments. Cash is one way that the CDC says we are spreading the coronavirus. So just on a health side, there's a benefit there. In the next few weeks, we'll be talking to the people at Discover. They want to sit down and have a meeting with us, doing this dealer type presentation with us. They will be explaining how simply taking credit card payments will increase somebody's business, because people like me don't ever have cash in my pocket. So if you're a cash only business, I have to go someplace, get cash to come frequent your business. How does that impact me? Well, it means my favorite Chinese deli that is about a block from my house is on about a 1 month rotation. His competition down the street that takes credit cards is on about a 1 week rotation. I mean, I go to him 4 times for every time I go to my cash only business. That is huge out there. So credit cards themselves increase the frequency that your good diners will come back to you.
All right, Jeff,
that means I spend 4 times as much.
Also, with the Aldelo Express as a whole, you get MASA. And you see this QR code that I have displayed on the right-hand side of the screen. That alone is worth its weight in gold. Jeff, go please explain how that QR code works in that wings place that you go to.
So there's a place in actually the next little town over. They're also in my regular rotation of where I go to eat. They are very small. They do not have very many seats inside, only about 6. And the CDC said it's too close. They can't seat anybody. This really effectively shut down their business 100%. They went in, took this QR code like this, blew it up, laminated it, taped it to the window, and had people, a line of people. I would love to say it was 1 or 2. There was at least 18 people outside scanning this code, ordering from their phone. And this business went from, thinking they were going to go bankrupt and not be in business anymore to having their best sales month ever. Not just during Corona, but ever, because customers could walk up, scan this code, order without the store didn't have to invest in anything. They didn't have to buy new technology. They didn't have to invest in anything at all, except for the cost of printing something on a piece of paper. And that really is a huge situation. They also found that now that people can come in and out of their business a little bit more, and rules have loosened up a little bit, they actually get people that walk up, see that there's a line, scan that barcode while they're waiting in line, order, and know that by the time they get up to the front of the line to pay, their order's already been shipped to the kitchen. They've probably cut anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes off their wait time, for a place that you usually have to wait about 10 to 15 minutes for your wings. This has made it to where there's almost no wait time. They can serve more customers. They have stayed open during this. I went by there actually yesterday. I'm glad Jerry brought this up. They've actually put signs out in the parking lot with that QR code on it. And you can scan that QR code from the parking lot. They've been using that QR code to actually send out in their marketing so that customers get an email with this QR code. They can immediately go to their website straight from there and order. So this has been one of those things that they are really expanding how they're using this QR code, which is fantastic. And it's really taken somebody that thought they were going to lose their business into somebody that's having their best year ever. So something to keep in mind.
This QR code is something that should be passed out. A business card. It should be put on their Facebook, other social media. It is incredibly valuable to that restaurant. We all go out and we see these menus that are contactless menus. It's a QR code. Well, that's fine, but in our situation, we are bringing up the menu and allowing them to actually ring up the order on the point of sale. We take that contactless menu to a whole nother level. So that was a long answer to why people need the Aldelo Express app with MASA. Whether you're doing Android, iOS, either one or both, you still need MASA in order to round this product out. Jeff, what's been the adoption rate for MASA on our account?
I've been very surprised. It's almost a 100% saturation. Customers really actually do like this, and because it's free and it's very simple to use, and they don't have to spend a lot of time setting this up. Unlike on other online ordering systems, they simply click a button, wait about 30 seconds, and it's done. The basics are done. They do then need to go in and set up, what times they're open and things like this. There's a few basic things that improve the system when they do it, but the basic setup is done in 30 seconds. And when I say basic setup, that means all their menu items are uploaded, all their prices and stuff there, the layout's done, it's all done. So really, outside of going in and telling the system what times they're open for pickup delivery, that's about it. That's all they got to do.
Yeah.
I do have somebody that's asking, can MASA do real-time online ordering confirmation with prep time? When you go into the MASA system, it's meant to be very simple, and keep in mind, this is the first iteration that's out there. This is version 1. And at that, we released version 1 several months before we were really intending to originally when we started this project back in 2019. So do kind of keep that in mind. Yes, you can do prep time settings on the MASA app or on the MASA site itself when you set that up. And you can also set that, let's say you're opening at 8, but you know it's going to take a little bit to set up your restaurant, to do some prep work. So you might not allow online ordering to start until, let's say, 8:30. So it gives you a chance to kind of prep. You can set those kinds of things up. The one thing that it does not do, John, is it does not have completion confirmation to the customers yet. That is a project we're going to be looking at. So when your order's ready, it doesn't send a message out saying, hey, your order's ready. That is something that is coming, but it will tell the customer that, hey, you know, your earliest time you can have this ready is, you know, 8:30. And it will allow them to select when they want it, you know, when they would like it. Or they can do it ASAP, and it will let them know, you know, whatever prep time you've set in there is available. Prep time is done on a global setting, not on an individual item setting. So that is something to be aware of too. That makes it very easy to set up, but it is not something that's item specific. And can you turn it off if the kitchen's really busy? Yeah, actually, Carlos, this is a fantastic question. I've already seen this being something that happens. Kitchens do get behind very quickly. Yes, they go to the cloud real fast. One button, it literally disappears off the cloud, and it's ready to go in a couple of and turned off in a couple of seconds. They can push the button, and it's right back just as fast. So yes, they can temporarily close it. They can temporarily, or they can open it with one push of a button from the cloud. And then I have somebody goes, hey, does Mesa have a curbside feature? Yes. In fact, if one of your order types is curbside,
you can do that now.
Yeah.
I'm going to ring up it because it has some cool features with regard to curbside pickup. One of which is if you look at the blue here area, it's got a description of my vehicle to let them know what it looks like and what I'm driving. So when I get to the store, they can recognize it. It also allows me to choose the time that I'd like to pick this up. I can order it at noon to be picked up after work. So then you can determine and set what time you'd like to have that order ready. And then ask you to please confirm the car info. If you have multiple vehicles listed in their app, you can choose which of your vehicles you are driving. Then next, I'm going to go ahead and pay for this, add a tip, use my gift card, and hit submit. And then you'll hear the terminal recognize it.
A new Mesa online order was received.
So now that order has been received at the store. The store is notified. You can have it be verbally and a message pop up here on the top left. If you'll look right there, you have a message that says you have an alert, which says I have a couple orders that have been received. That's what the order looks like. Now, when I get to the store, I'm able to see my order, pull up that order, and have a QR code that is available for the store to recall my order.
Doesn't the restaurant know the order's coming in? I think this one's probably already been answered, but you heard there's both a verbal confirmation from the system that an order comes into the store on the designated iPad that they've set that up for. So it's not just coming everywhere, it's just on the one that they've designated. But you also will see a notification in the upper corner letting them know their order has come in. This order also goes to their KDS, to their printers automatically. So all of that is actually taken care of right there. And then I have somebody that says, hey, can delivery times be set up on different times? That's a great feature suggestion. No, right now the delivery time is a standard set time. I really haven't had anybody ask if they can do that yet, if they can change, how long the delivery wait time is. But there are some upcoming features that I think would address that, but they're going to be a few months down the road. And then somebody is asking, is there any Bluetooth scanner devices out there on the market available for iPads to scan the QR code and make them, instead of making them use the QR camera? Yeah, actually they're posted on our certified hardware website. We've got 2 of them on there that we know work very, very well. And they are really just synced to your iPad using the Bluetooth sync. There's no configuration in our software for it. It just scan and it works. And absolutely, you can scan those and using a barcode scanner. The idea though is a barcode scanner can be anywhere between $50 and about $700 for a Bluetooth barcode scanner. The camera's free. So this really lowers that point of resistance for you as dealers when somebody says, I don't want to invest a lot, or I don't have the money today. They don't have to have the money today. The other thing you saw with Jerry's, once the camera sees the barcode, it's pretty darn fast. And you don't have to be right next to it. It can be feet away and still pick up that barcode pretty easily. So that is actually really cool. And I have somebody asking, are there any options for accepting barcodes upon delivery? Yes. I highly recommend using one of the PAX units, and you tether everything to your phone. And that way there's a shared point between your iPad and your phone. I also have somebody that was really smart. They have Android devices. They tethered, use their Android phone to tether to the EMV device, making a wireless connection. And then when they walk up to the door, they literally can swipe the card right there, and it goes right to the phone, and works really good. So yeah, you can pay right at the door using, wireless EMV devices.
The customers are stuck in their old traditions. Change is difficult for people. We saw this in the industry when we went from an EEPROM-based system to a touchscreen system. This happened in the late 90s, where the customer wanted to stay with that traditional system, but the better system was the touchscreen. PC point of sale took over. It transitioned, where we're now transitioning from the Windows-based point of sale system into the next iteration, which is the cloud. I know the customers, a lot of them want to stay with what they've been using. They're scared to move over, but these new cloud systems are far more effective. They're far more reliable. Their database is always backed up. They never have to worry about having to reload a database like you would in a Windows system. There are other advantages, such as the new features that are available, the MASA, online ordering, e-gift. You have to be able to have the answer when you're approaching a Windows-based customer. So have those answers already in your briefcase, ready to pull out to explain to that Windows-based user how it's better for them to move to the cloud. There's less expensive hardware, easier maintenance. Guys, if the iPad ever locks up, just turn it off and turn it back on. It fixes itself. There's less support, easier operations. It just goes on and on and on. You have to be able to explain to the customer who's using Windows why. They have to understand the why they need to move over. And then the how comes later. How is, yes, they have to buy new hardware, but look how inexpensive it is. Yes, they have to migrate their database, but we have a tool that does it in under a minute. So we've given you the path. You just need to be able to walk in and confidently explain to the customer the why they need to move from Windows to the cloud. All right, so just a little heads up. The next deep dive we're hoping to do in Q4. We already have some things that are coming, and as soon as they get through testing, we will set up another one of these. So keep an eye out for the invitations. We love doing these. We love the interaction, and we really see a lot of good that comes out of these. So as always, we appreciate it. Jeff, any last words on this?
No, but thank you very much for attending, guys. I really appreciate it. And I really, again, love the questions. Thank you very much for making this so interactive for us.
Yep. And what I'm going to do is take this recording now and do some editing and post it on YouTube, but it takes me a day or so to do that. So look for that by end of week, this week. And then we also have another weekly training that'll be conducted Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern. We will have another subject that we will go over, and any follow-up questions that you might have, we always encourage you to attend that Friday class at 2 o'clock. If you need a link, to that, contact the sales team and they have that link available to send you. Thanks everybody for attending. We'll see you next time.